Right, morning fellas, welcome back to another Villa on Tour video. Today we are ranking the best fans in the Premier League. I've got another tier list, you'll love to see. I've done a lot of these recently, which reminds me, if you haven't already checked out some of the recent videos, I've done a couple with Simon, like ranking the best Villa strikers, Villa's best moments, lots of different videos, so go and check them out. As well as this one. If you do want to enjoy the video, please do leave a like, it means a lot to me. If you are a fan of any of these clubs, not Villa specifically, it's just my opinion, like you're allowed your own opinion. This is a disclaimer, don't get angry in the comments, because when I did ranking stadiums a couple of weeks ago, people in the comments took it a little bit too seriously. Like, it is my opinion, it's okay if you disagree with me, it's absolutely fine, so leave your thoughts as well in the comments. So as you can see here, I've got a tier list that goes from elite, very good, good, alright, poor, and library. I've got all 20 Premier League clubs at the bottom. This is based on my experience. Basically, I've been to 16 out of the 20 Premier League grounds, I believe. So the ones I haven't are Liverpool, West Ham, Everton, and Newcastle. So this is based on home and away fans sort of combined, because I know a lot of teams do have good home fans and not good away fans, or the other way around. So this is combining them together. So this is basically straight off the bat. I've done no research, no notes, I'm just going straight into it. The first club, Brighton and Hove Albion. Okay, away, they're alright, they're not too bad. Home, they're nothing special, let's be honest, they're just not, they're not great, they're not the worst on the list, and for that reason I think I'm going to go alright. I just don't think they're anything special really, they're just a bit... Next up, Crystal Palace. I went to Selhurst Park for the first time this season, at the start of the season. I was expecting good things, and they've got this sort of like ultras group that sit behind the goal. They got flags and banners, and you know they are quite good. The rest of the ground, you know, isn't great with the fans, but for that reason, I think I'm going to put them in good. I don't think they're very good yet. I think they've got potential. I think the away fans are good. Next up, Southampton, another South Coast club like Brighton, and I don't think they're dissimilar to Brighton. I think I'm going to put them in alright as well, because I just don't think they're nothing special. Their away fans aren't too bad with the when they say it's going marching in song, that's quite good, but at home I don't think they're great. I don't think they have like a core home section where the atmosphere comes from. I just don't really get that. Even when they battered us 2-0, it just wasn't really great, so alright. Right then, quite a controversial one here, because I've got Liverpool. If you go to Anfield on a Tuesday night, a Champions League night, there's nothing quite like it. I think I've never been personally, obviously, but you can just sense it, can't you? Away fans again good. They were decent at Villa Park. Obviously got a last-minute winner this season, which isn't great, but their fans were decent. I think at home in the Premier League they are pretty poor. I think at Anfield you get a lot of sort of day trippers and tourists because it is such a big club. Obviously the Kop is good, but normally for a Premier League game it's pretty dead. For a Champions League game there's nothing like it, it is class, but for a Premier League game it's pretty bog standard, so I'm going to be kind, I'm going to put them in good. I think their home fans I'd probably put in poor to alright, but I think their away fans sort of boost it up a little bit, because they are, you know, proper fans that follow their team home and away. Ooh, another controversial one, Man City. Now, I think this is going to be the trend for like all of the top 6 teams. I think away from home they're decent, they have a core following, you know, proper fans, but at home you're going to get day trippers, and yeah, it's just not for me. So I think Man City, alright. I think they get a lot of stick for having empty seats at the Etihad at home. I think their home support it's poor, it's not great, but away fans, they're not too bad. I think when they came to Villa Park, they obviously smashed us, and their fans are quite good. But yeah, that, again, it's like good away fans, but not so good home fans, so I'm going to put them in alright. Ooh, Norwich City. Now, what do you say about Norwich? I think I'm going to put them in poor. Apologies, but I just don't. They're not great. I think at home I forgot what the stands for. I think it's called the Barclay behind the goal.
A message for the best football supporters in the world.
It's okay. It's nothing special. Again, they've got one of the worst songs in football with the On the Ball City. Like, it's not for me. So I'm going to put them in poor. I think they're not far off being Southampton or Brighton, but I just don't think they're there really. I think a lot of their fans are, I don't want to be harsh, but a lot of their fans are getting on a bit. They're a little bit of an older sort of fan group, which is fine obviously, but yeah, they're just not the noisiest for me.
Where are you?
Next up, West Ham. A lot of respect for West Ham. I think I said in the stadium video, I think the Berlin ground, the Upton Park was absolutely class, and I think I've never been to Upton Park personally, but I'm going to put them in very good because I just think their away fans obviously very, very impressive. Home, not great at the Olympic Stadium because it is so hard to generate an atmosphere because it is just such a bold, dreadful stadium. So I'm going to put them in very good, decent fans, fair play. Again, another club I've got a lot of respect for, Everton. Is it close between good and very good? Do I put them above Liverpool? Yes, I think I do. I did put Goodison above Anfield in the stadiums video, which caused a bit of controversy, but it's just my opinion. I think Everton fans are decent. When they came to Villa Park, obviously that was when we beat them 2-0, and let's be honest, we were just absolutely class that night. The Villa Park atmosphere was so good. I think their away fans, decent. Home fans, never been to Goodison, but you got to give them credit. I think they deserve to be very good. I think them and West Ham are fairly similar. Right then, Man United. Now again, their away fans are very, very good. I think they're one of the best away fans in the country. I just think when you go to Old Trafford, it's dreadful. Let's be honest, it is a library because there are so many day trippers there. I'm gonna say good because their away support. If it was just away support, I'd put them in elite, no doubt about it. But I just think their home support is so bad that it's like two ends of the spectrum, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to put them in the middle. Good, fair play. Like I said, away support is class, but it's just the home support. Sheffield United. Now, are they going to be the first club to go in elite? I think I am going to put them there. What they've done this season is absolutely incredible. Going from League One, Championship to the Premier League and being so impressive in the Premier League. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous because I am. The Kop at Bramall Lane is such a great sight to see, and I think their away fans are great as well. So elite, fair play, Sheffield United, proper club. They deserve to be up there. Next up, Burnley. I don't think they're anything special. I think we're going to put them in all right. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to put them in all right. I think at home, we beat them, obviously. They weren't great. I know it was New Year's Day, so it was always going to be a bit flat, but they just weren't great at all. I might go good. No, I'm going to stick with all right. I think sometimes at home, they are very impressive. I think it's maybe when we went, it was just New Year's Day, and it was a 12:30 kick-off, and it was just fairly flat, which is fair enough. But away, okay, they were decent at our place. So I'm going to go all right. Chelsea. I'm gonna put them in good, I think. When we went there, it was a Tuesday night at Stamford Bridge. It was fairly flat. I think with the shed end, there's a lot of hype around that, but I literally didn't hear them all game. Away fans, obviously they're going to be much better because of that core following. I think their away fans deserve a lot of credit. So that's why they're not all right. I've just bumped them up to good purely because of the away fans. Bournemouth. We all expected it. Library. I mean, credit to them. They've done the double over us this season, but they didn't sell out with Villa Park, I don't think. And you know, it is understandable because they are such a small club. Like, if they were in League One, they'd have decent following, but it's just in the Premier League, they're not a big club. It's fair enough. Their stadium isn't the best. It's just, yeah, library, which is understandable. Like, fair play, Bournemouth, for what you've done and smashing us twice this season, but just fans for me, not the rowdiest. Again, like Man United, I think Arsenal, if it was purely home support, you'd have to say library, but their away support is okay. I think I'm going to have to put them in good. I think that's where the majority of the top 6 clubs are going to go. Their away following is good. I just think their songs, like especially at home, like 1-0 to the Arsenal and like Arsenal, it's just, that doesn't get you going. It's just a bit flat. Like, there's no passion there. Like at home, again, it's just not great. Away support, credit, very good. I remember at Chelsea this season away when they beat Chelsea 2-2 or whatever it was. Their fans were good, but at home, no. Leicester City, I'd put them in all right. I don't think they're anything special. Away from home, even though they smashed us 4-1, credit for that, but I just don't think their fans were great, I don't think. Obviously, they took out the whole North Stand when they came to us in the Cup, where we ended up beating them in the last minute, but nah, they weren't amazing. I just think they're bog standard, which is why they're going in all right. Watford, just a bit, yeah, really. I think I'm going to put them next to Norwich. I think at home, again, smashed us, and you know they were okay, but away fans, average, really. I just don't think they're anything special. I don't have much to say. I think they're similar to Norwich, just a bit, yeah. Tottenham, decent, I think. I think out of the top 6, I'd probably have to say they're the best fans. Between them and Man United, I think, but I'm going between very good and good. I think it'll be unfair to put them in very good. I'm going to say good. At home, we played them first game of the season in their new stadium. You think, oh, their atmosphere will be very good, but it just wasn't. It was flat again. Some of the songs, like Arsenal's, are a bit slow and boring, but you know, when they came to our place, they battered us and their fans were good, so that's why I'm going to put them in good. Newcastle United, you've got to put them in elite. I think, like Sheffield United, proper club, credit to them. Their away fans are, you know, just a pleasure to see really when they come to Villa Park. Like, they are good. I've never been to St James's, unfortunately, but 52,000 pretty much sell out every week. I know they haven't recently, but that's because of protests, and that's fair enough. I know they're in a one-club city as well, which, you know, you might say, oh, they've only got good fans because of that, but come on, you've got to give it to them. Such a passionate fan base. At least. Wolves, I'm going to put them in very good. I think, you know, Molineux, when they beat Man City and they've beat Man United countless times, it is very, very impressive. Like, it is. Like, the South Bank is so loud, and they kind of suck the ball into the net. I know it's like a cliche that they suck the ball into the net, but they are a good set of fans. I know they've had their ups and downs in the last 10 years, but now especially, you've got to give it to them. They are a decent fan base. Right then, last but not least, I think Villa, right, I've got a few things to say. At home, last season, absolutely class, there was no better place, but this season we haven't been great, and I think Villa Park, when it's not going great, it's just a bit dead really. I think it can be really quiet. The whole end is always on side, but I think as the ground as a whole, I think it is a bit flat. Everton at home this season, for example, was just something else like that. It won't be beaten across the country, but most of the time it's just a bit flat. Away fans, like, no doubt about it, one of the best in the country. I think when we're crap, which is most of the time, we'll still sell out, like always, and we'll still make a noise. Even when we're getting battered, we'll probably just have a good sing-song. But at home, I think that's what lets us down a little bit. So it's between very good and elite, but I think I've got to put it elite purely for the away fans. I think we are one of the best away fans in the country. You're being biased again. Yeah, I am probably, but that's just my opinion. So in elite, I've got Sheffield United, Newcastle and Villa. I think that's fair enough. If you disagree with that, okay. I just put a tweet out earlier asking for the top 3, and I think Sheffield United, Newcastle, Villa and Wolves are probably the most mentioned ones. But for me, that's just my opinion. If you agree, brilliant. If you don't, also fine. But if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Like I said, please do leave your comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike if you don't agree with me. I don't care. Please do subscribe, because there's a lot of content on the way. I know it's not the most incredible video today. It's not the most, you know, innovative one, but it has to be done. It might cause a lot of controversy, but you love to see it. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. Thank you very much for watching. Max 20 for 20% off Loot Gear. Up the Villa.